Hi there, a very good morning, good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This simply starts with another video, and this time this video pertains to a very interesting consumer durable company, consumer company, which is into different domains as well, and a larger mid cap at that. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. I'm not a member of the NSC and BSC, and that I'm not an official portfolio advisor. Whatever we discuss here is for educational purposes, and whatever buying or selling decisions that you take is purely on your discretion. And kindly consult your financial advisor before taking any call, because every investment decision is subject to market risk. So let me take you to the screener website, and let's discuss about this company. The company I want to talk to you about is Supreme Industries. It's a 40,000 crore market cap company at around 3,200 rupees. Now, why this has come into my domain is because of its decent March quarter numbers, and it seems like things are going to get better going forward. So we'll discuss in detail about the company and how is the stock looking at the moment, etc. And again, I'm saying that decision on buying or selling I won't be giving at the moment, because I'm not authorized to do that, and it is purely on your discretion whether you buy or not on this stock. A disclaimer, I don't hold this stock. In fact, whatever discussions, whichever stocks I talk about, normally I'm not holding them on YouTube. Whatever I discuss, rarely I do hold some, and I let everyone know as to which stocks I'm holding on to. So currently trading at 46 times earnings. Now, what does Supreme Industries do? So, if we check here, then we'll be able to understand that Supreme Industries, in all fairness, is one of the leading plastic products manufacturing company, having 25 manufacturing facilities spread across the country. They offer a wide range of products. So, if you remember, and you go to marriages, etc., or functions, you get those chairs, plastic chairs to sit on. These are made by Supreme. There are other, you can say, plastic products that Supreme makes, which are piping systems, cross laminated films and products. You have protective packaging products, industrial molded components, etc. So basically packaging films, composites, LPG, even into LPG cylinders, they are into. So Supreme is making a wide range of products. Now, why the company was not doing that well earlier, because the stock wasn't doing that well, is because of the fact that plastic in general as a component which is more related to crude, and crude was at highs last year, and this is a major component for producing plastic products. And so raw material prices for Supreme were going very high in the last 1 year, and that's why last 3-4 quarters numbers were not that great. uh, so if you see here, the company has a commanding market share in the plastic piping segments of 15% and 11% in organized market and overall piping market, respectively. So they have 11 to 15% market share here. In packaging product segment, they have 16% of the revenue coming from here. Plastic piping, so pipes, you say, you have pipes of Astral, you have pipes of other companies as well. 66% of their revenues comes from piping and pipes. And so you need to understand that when construction activities get going big time, and you have real estate activity that is now picking up with the interest rate cycle turning around, you will see pipes business, etc., or anything related to construction and ancillary doing well. So plastic piping segment is their 66% revenue, and that is probably primarily the reason why the stock is flying at the moment. Packaging products around 16%, and industrial products account for around 13% of their total revenue. Consumer product segment is 5% of their revenue, which they intend to increase going forward. The segment primarily includes you have furniture products such as seatings, as I mentioned, tables, sets. You have storage, multi-purpose tools, beds, etc. Now these plastic products are only 5%. So basically, we know about Supreme from this, that they make these consumer products like beds, chairs, tables, almiras, but more or less they are more into making plastic pipes. If you look at revenue breakup as per FY22, 97% of their revenue comes from manufactured goods, while traded goods is around 2-3% of their revenue. In terms of retail network, as per FY22, the company has a network of around 41,000 retailers across India for its plastic piping business, which is quite decent enough. I mean, this is one of the larger players in the plastic piping uh, division. The company has plans of two new manufacturing plants with several, you can say, brownfield expansion of around 700 crores in this quarter. So I think in this year, so I think by the end of the end of the calendar year, you'll have all these probably pumping in more, you can say, sales figures. So top line figures will only swell up. This is also one of the biggest reasons why most stocks go up, that once these expansion plans come to an end, and you get a period where there is a swelling up of your top line, then the stock perform extremely well. So now let's just look at the numbers. We'll go and look at the numbers. We'll look at the charts later on. In March of 2023, they did around 2,600 crores of sales on the top line, and you have, you can say, last year around 2560 crores. So it's more or less similar, but look at the margins picture. So in terms of operating profit in March 22, they did around 391 crores, whereas this time around they did 480 crores. So this is a good 22-23% increase in operation. Operationally, they did extremely well. From 15%, you can say, margins have come up to around 18%. So that said, the bottom line has grown finally. So we have seen that after a few quarters in which the numbers have been up and down, you have from 324 crores, you can say, the profit number is around 360 crores, which is quite decent. You need to understand that last time around, other income in March of 22 was around 78 crores, and this time around other income was less, and probably this is the reason. And add to that, depreciation was more this time around compared to last year March, and that is why the profit numbers doesn't seem that big, although it could have been even bigger if you take out these two components. So altogether numbers are pretty strong. If you look at the trajectory of numbers year on, like on a yearly basis, they have done extremely well. So in the last 5 years, from around 5,000 crores of revenue, they've doubled their revenue, nearly 80% growth, to around 9,200 crores, even after, you can say, doing nothing probably till the pandemic time, etc. The last 2 years have been pretty good. From 6,300 crores, they've gone to 9,200 crores on the top line. And on the bottom line, although things have looked bleak, but I think things are picking up, because the margins from around 20% had dipped to around 13-14%, but now the margins picture will change, and the stock should continue to do well on this front as well. In terms of balance sheet, you have, just a little bit of point on the margins as well. If you look at the margins, 18% of margins this time around in March of 23 versus 15%. So this is a 300 basis points increase, and I think they are going to sustain this or even get this better. I think 20 to 22% margin could be possible going forward in the next couple of years, and that is why I feel that this number on a yearly basis of 13% is an aberration. I think going forward you could see 17% or so margins coming in with increased sales. We expect a good 20-25% jump in sales with the new capacity coming into play. I think we are in for around a figure of, say, if they did 9,000, they did around 9,202 crores this time around. if we take that on note as to this was the figure, and we say that a 22% growth, a mild 22% growth on this is around 2000 crores. So 9200 plus 2000 is around 11200 crores of sales. That is what we are expecting, probably next year around. This is a possibility, again, no guarantee, but this is a chance that 11,200 crores of sales with 17% margin would come in, and hence the bottom line will grow even further. And so, coming to the balance sheet part, again, the company currently has a lot of cash on books, 4,400 crores of cash and virtually no debt. So, a debt free company, a top notch company in that. And in terms of shareholding pattern, they have 48%, 49% with the promoters. FIIs hold 18% and DIIs have around 18%. So only 15% is with the retail, or public shareholding is around 15%, which is not that big. The good part is that we have promoters, FII, DIIs holding majority of the shares, nearly 85% of the total shares. So hence the stock do not correct a lot, because large players who want to hold for 8, 10, 12 years hold the stock. In terms of the charts, etc., I don't want to dwell much into it, but I believe that this dip that has come in, so if you look at a 6 months chart, you'll have a better understanding that the stock was doing extremely well from around June, end of June, from around 3000 went to 3250, 3260, and now has dipped. I think these are decent levels. If somebody wants to accumulate, do an SIP, probably you can do that. But again, buying or selling decisions up to you. What I am at the moment thinking about this company is that when the margins are increasing and the sales figures are on the annual to increase even further, with the capacity coming back into play and the growth cycle picking up in India, this could be a very decent play over the next 5 to 8 years. I don't want to put any numbers onto it, but over the next 3 4 years, the company can end up doing decently well. So this was a video on Supreme Industries. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my video straight away when I post it. And kindly support me on Patreon, and you can be a member on YouTube as well, and etc. To get more, you can say, content of the same podcast, etc. across the board. Thanks a lot.